Oh boy. Hey y'all. I'm having technical difficulties with hey. Hey. Hey sis. I don't know what's going on here, but hey. What's going on? Y'all, I gotta try to work out IG. Y'all hold tight. Hey. Hey. Y'all, click like and click share. Share this broadcast. We talking tonight, y'all. Hey. Ooh. Hey, Songbird. That ain't me, y'all. Hey. What's going on? Welcome. Y'all get in here. Get in here. All right. IG. Get y'all situated. Facebook, y'all good? All right, guys, we're going to be starting in 2 minutes. So you have 2 minutes to grab a snack, grab a friend, use the bathroom, do what you got to do. We talking tonight, okay? We're rocking to the west. This is Rhapsody. Hey. What's going on? Y'all get in here. We're going to be starting in 2 minutes. 2. Hey, Queen, what's up? 50 Shades of Shay in the building. Oh, my girl's got a big old butt. Y'all, I love this song. So if you know Rhapsody, she is one of the dopest female rappers out. Like, not even female rappers. She's one of the dopest rappers. Let me move this so you can see me. The girl she's amazing. So 2019 came out with an album called Eve, and each track is named after an influential Black woman. So the one that is playing right now is called Hatshepsut, which was the first Black woman pharaoh. The one before that was named Michelle, after Michelle Obama. Amazing. All right, y'all, a minute and a half and we're starting. Are y'all ready? Y'all get in here. Click like, click share. IG, you can actually share this. Send this to some of your friends' DMs. Get in here. We got to talk about what it means to show up. What does it mean to show up in a relationship? Y'all get in here. Come on, come on. Get in here. Click like, click share. If you're in any Facebook social groups, share this broadcast in that group. We got to talk. We have to talk. We have a lot to discuss. She is so dope. Shay, she is one of my favorite rappers, honestly. Like, nobody can touch Rhapsody. Like, nobody. She's just amazing like that. Y'all, I hope y'all know this. I put on lashes for y'all. I've never worn lashes before. I love y'all. Y'all see I'm wearing my butterfly Snuffleupagus lashes. So these are magnetic lashes. My hairstylist, if you want to check her out on Instagram, is at Hair Connections. Her name is Alyssa Harris. Yeah, Alyssa Harris. And she sells magnetic lashes. So this is the kit. It comes with the eyeliner and the 2 sets. I didn't go fully dramatic. I didn't go all the way up here. I did in the middle. I only got these because I had a photo shoot. We're going to get into that, but I had a photo shoot on Sunday. Oh, Lord. All right. We got 1 more minute. 1 minute. Boogie, why you always want something? Boogie talking about where mine at. Why? I want to know what that is over there. Okay. Y'all get in here. All right, 30 seconds and we're starting. Y'all get in here. Hey, y'all know this song. House clean, pool warm, smooth like a newborn. Y'all know this is my song. Oh gosh, how y'all doing? All right, y'all. 30 seconds and we're starting. Woo! I'ma leave the door open, girl. Oh my goodness. What up, everybody? Welcome to Dating in Dallas. I am your host, Theanie Shannon. Dating in Dallas is a show that I developed at the request of my friends and my followers, where I used to chronicle my experiences in the dating in the Dallas Metroplex. Moreover, I cover everything life, love, and relationships from a Christian woman's perspective. Ting! All right. So before we get into tonight's topic, okay, I just want to, excuse me. Did I just burp? Sorry, guys. So here is what I want to inform you guys of. Okay. The kid has been busy. Your girl has been busy. So I had my very first photo shoot this past Sunday with a very good friend of mine. She attends my church. Her name is Brittany Johnson. I completely forgot the name of her photography business, but we did a full shoot for headshots. So I am preparing my heart, my spirit, myself for branding. Okay. And so this experience is different because y'all know me. I am not short in being myself. Right. So, But doing a photo shoot is different because, like, you have to, on cue, like, come up with these emotions and facial expressions and smiles and angles. And you're just like, you know? And it's hard for me to, like, just on cue kind of do that. Like, it's hard to force yourself to be natural, which, if that makes any sense. But anyway, nevertheless, the photo shoot is done. Um, I like the pictures. I'm going to do another photo shoot in a different setting though, just because I want to get more of a background that's kind of more fitting with my brand and who I am. So it's gonna, if you guys, and here's the thing that I need your help with. If you're in the DFW area and you know of any like urban settings that have like dope wall art, a nice mural, anything like that, please inbox me, please DM me, because I want to check out the location for the next photo shoot. So I'm getting all this ready for branding, for if people want to book me for speaking engagements. I have a PR admin/admin person who is helping me get my whole life together, getting a schedule together. This summer, we're going to be doing hangouts with Thee. So I already told you guys where I pick a Black restaurant, and I'm going to say, hey, this day in June, meet me at this restaurant. We're going to hang out. Okay. So we have those coming up all through the summer. It's going to be dope. We're going to be more lit than a little bit. So stay tuned. You want to stay tuned to see what's going to happen. So much is happening this summer. Okay. We getting together this summer. We ain't going to be boring in the house like we were last year. Okay. COVID is starting to get better. People are getting vaccinated, and I want to connect with people as much as I can safely. Right. So just be mindful when I post the location and everything. Just be mindful that we're going to be socially distancing, but we are going to get together and hang out. And I can't wait to connect with y'all. It's going to be dope. So be on the lookout. Hangouts with Thee. Okay. Okay. All right. So, anything new going on with Thee? Nothing really. So I'm dating, but I'm kind of not dating. Right. So I'm not in a relationship, which is perfectly okay. I am dating, and it's different. Y'all know I'm very transparent, so I don't hold back anything. It's different. Dating, especially in 2021, especially in the age of information technology and everything. It's interesting. But I am dating, and the girl's been out there. I put too many eggs in one basket, because my motto is, like I said last week, never take yourself off the market for somebody who's still shopping. So if homeboy talking like, I'm all about you, I want to get to know you, and he's shown that, and he's just focusing on you and no other chicks, by all means, move forward. If homegirl is giving her, sir, all of your attention and her time, and she's letting you know, like, hey, I'm feeling you, I'm on your body, by all means, move forward. But until they make that move, until they show you that they're serious about you and only you, never take yourself off the market for somebody that's still shopping. Okay. And that's where the kid is. Now, today's topic is interesting because I want to see, this microphone is for Facebook, but this topic is with regard to how we present ourselves in relationships, right? And not just, let me fix this, and not just romantic relationships, but friendships, whether that be a working relationship with a coworker, supervisor, whatever the case may be. It is the idea of showing up. What does it mean to show up for someone, for yourself, right? I say this. We all have a presence in this world. We all decide by our actions, by our words, by what we type on social media, by what we say to people. We decide how we show up in this world. So y'all know me as Theanie, right? You know what I am. You know what I'm about. You know part of my image. You know my brand. all of that stuff, because that's how I chose to show up in this world. And your actions and what you do and what you put out on social media dictates how you show up. Now, you may have all intentions of being a wonderful person, caring, loving, all of those wonderful things. But unless you are showing that, that is not how you're showing up in the world. So I want to make the comparison from how we are in our everyday lives and how we show up in relationships, right? So if you look at a person, let's say you're getting to know somebody and y'all feeling them, you want their body, you want them, all of that stuff. Hey Jay, welcome. And y'all are getting to know each other, right? My marker is this. Here's what I do. I look at the person's daily habits. So I look at what are their daily routines. Do they have a discipline of some sort, whether it's, grooming, reading the paper, watching the news, how they carry on their day. I look at how they are, because how they are in their everyday life is an indicator of how they're going to show up in their relationship with you. And their routine specifically regarding their children and their family. Like, do they check in with their family? Are they present in their child's life? Are they on time for work? Are they like a good worker, a good employee? Or are they constantly being written up? Or, like when you talk to them, they always got drama at the job because somebody didn't like them and, they can't stand the boss. And is there always drama with this person? So I look at the comparison, because what happens is how you are. To me, it's like no matter where you go, there you are, right? I take me wherever I go. And so I could fake the funk for a while, right? But sooner or later, you'll see my true colors shining through. You'll see the real Fanny will come out, because whatever is in here the most is going to come out. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the more that whoever I am in here is going to come out. So I look at a person's routine and who they are and how they interact with the people that are close to them, with the people that they work with. I look at that, because how they show up in the world is how they're going to show up with you in a relationship, right? Here's the thing. You can invite somebody. I think I got lipstick on my finger. Sorry. You can invite somebody into your life. You can invite somebody into your situation. You can invite somebody into a friendship, into a love relationship, into a platonic whatever, into a situationship, into a friends with benefits ship, whatever. You can invite them into all the ships, right? But it's up to that person to accept the invitation and to show up. My problem before, and I'll be perfectly transparent, y'all know I give it to y'all straight, no chaser. My problem before was that I was inviting people, and then by my actions, I was forcing them to show up instead of seeing if they actually would do it, right? Because here's what I would do. I'm getting to know somebody, and I'm giving them giving you the best that I've got, right? Giving them all the good things about Fanny. They get all the benefits. They get the phone calls, they get the texts, they get the this, they get the that, they get the attention, they get all the wonderful things, right? What I was doing was overwhelming the person and not giving them a chance to see if they would actually show up for me in that situation. You can invite anybody, be it a friendship, a relationship, or whatever. You can invite anybody into an interaction with you, but it's up to that person to accept the invitation, and it's up to them if they show up, right? So now you have to figure out, what does showing up look like for me? Because everybody has a different definition. So for instance, myself, I like my love language is physical touch, is words of affirmation, those kinds of things, right? For Boogie, it might be quality time, and it might be gifts of service. So what showing up will look like for her is different than what it's going to look like for Fanny. What it looks like for Shay or for Wonder Woman or like for Sugar Chef is going to be different than what it looks like for me. So you have to determine, what does it mean to show up for you? That's going to take a level of maturity and emotional intelligence, because you have to know you. And when I mean know you, that means you have to know your emotions, you have to know your triggers. So you have to know what's going to tick you off, and you have to know what things bring you joy. That means that you're going to have to know who you are. See, I think a lot of times with the relationships, we get into them and we want them and with a good heart and good intentions, but we mess it up because we're unsure of who we are. And if I don't know who I am, I can't know how I need you to show up for me, because I don't even know who I am. I don't even know who I like or what I like. So if it takes you having to take the time to get to know yourself, gentlemen, and not jump between a pair of legs every 5 seconds, ladies, to not hop on it every time. If it takes you not being in a relationship, taking time to heal, taking time to get to know who you are, investing in yourself, investing in your peace, investing, in your well-being, getting to know who you are. If it takes that, that's going to help you to know yourself. And that way, that is how you are going to show up, not just in this world, but in a relationship with somebody else. Because if you don't know yourself, how are you going to expect me to know you when you don't even know you? In this equation, the person who's supposed to know you is you. And I had to learn that, because for so long, especially after my divorce, all of my identity was wrapped in being a good Christian wife. Because I looked at the examples I had before me. I looked at what I was taught. I looked at what I was told. This is what you're supposed to do. And my identity was wrapped up in that. Well, guess what? I don't have that identity anymore. I'm no longer somebody's wife. What do I do? Now it was like, I went through a whole process of identity. Like, who am I? I had to, over the course of 3 years, had to get to know who Fanny was, what she liked, how she liked to dress, right? Little simple things like that, like how I like to dress. What's my personal style, right? Y'all know me now. What do I tell y'all? I'm hoodies, hoops, and hair. That's the 3 H's. That's who I am. Hoodies, because I love a good hoodie. Hoops, because I love a good hoop. And I've always got some sort of hair thing going on, whether it's braids or my natural curls or whatever. That is who I am. And I'll wear sneakers. But it took me 3 years to get to know who Fanny was. Because for a long time, my identity was wrapped up in who I was as somebody's wife. So I had to take that time to get to know me. And so now when somebody comes and they're pursuing me, I have an expectation, and I have a, not so much a criteria, but I have standard that I like to abide by, because this is me. This is me, right? This is my life. And I'm not in the business of serial dating, of dating multiple people. Like, I cannot be Lori Harvey. Like, I cannot jump from brother to brother to brother. Like, it's just, that is not in the cards for the kid. It's just not. But now that I know who I am, now I know what I bring to the table. And so I don't require anything that I don't already bring. So if I'm showing up and I know what it means to me, what does that mean for me? So I'll use me as an example. What it means to show up for me is quality time. Now, it's crazy because thus far, the relationships or the people that I have dated have been long distance, where one lived in the state, but two were like not in the state. And so quality time was difficult. So we had to be creative. He had to be creative with how he pursued me, how we dated, how we did things, And so we had to be creative, because what it meant to show up for me was quality time. What it meant to show up for me was, if I'm going through something difficult, I need you to be strength for me. Like if I'm freaking out about something, I don't need you to freak out while I'm freaking out, because that's going to make me freak out even more. That's going to make my anxiety go through the roof, and it's just going to be crazy. So now we have this dynamic now. We have a dichotomy of who you are. When you get to know yourself, you will discover that you are not a monolith. You're not a one-layered person, that you are layered. Like you have layers, you are complex, that you think differently than everybody else, that you have different perspectives. And you will learn to appreciate those things, and not only appreciate them, but respect them. And when you respect yourself, you can require that other person to respect you as well. And I'm not just talking to women, I'm talking to men as well, because men run into the unfortunate pattern of getting into dead end relationships with women. And then they complain and say all women want is for their bills to be paid, or all women want is, for them to be taken care of. But you keep getting into relationships with women who don't want a partner, they want a sponsor. We talked about that last week. So you have to get to know yourself, get to know who you are, so you can know how you want somebody to show up for you. And that's different from person to person. For me, like I said, it's quality time. For me, it's affection. For me, it's having that assurance and that strength in a moment where I'm weak. And I'm going to tell you, brothers, I'm going to give y'all an inside track for strong women. Now, weak-willed Reebok broads and, $40 chicks and, hoes and all that. Like, I can't identify with them. I'm talking about strong women, independent, free-thinking, intelligent women, right? When you're in a position where you are in a leadership position where you have to know the answers, or you supervise several people, or you wear many hats in your life, the last place that you want to be the go-to is in your relationship. And I can tell you that from experience. In so many areas in my life, whether it be in ministry, whether it be on my job, right? Whether it be in relationships with people, coworkers, right? I'm in a position where people come to me for answers, whether it be in my practice, people are looking to me to help them work through something. So I'm in a position where I have to have the answers. I'm the go-to. I don't want to be that in a relationship. If I'm having a weak moment, if I'm having a breakdown, if I'm having a whatever, the last thing I need is for the person that I'm in a relationship with to be freaking out and, babe, I just don't know what's going to happen. And I'm going to give y'all an example of this. So I was dating this guy. Boogie knows who he is. He shall remain nameless. But he was a very sensitive soul. He was very sensitive. And he's gone through a lot. He's gone through a lot of loss. And, he's gone through a lot of loss in his life. He, lost his mother, lost friends and things of that nature. So I understand his sensitivity and, so I kind of went through a little personal health issue, scare, what have you, whatever. And I went to him, and at the time we were dating, we were basically in a relationship. So it was to the level to where I could share with him what was going on with me. So I told him, like, hey, I went to the doctors because I'm not feeling well. I'm experiencing all these different things. And this is what's going on with me. And he, in front of me, crumbled like a stale cracker. Like he just lost it. And I don't want you guys to be confused, because I am not downing this man because he showed and expressed emotion, because so much of our society, especially with our Black men, we require our Black men to be strong and show no emotion. I'm not mad at that. What I'm saying is that in that time, I'm visibly showing you that I am not okay, that I am scared about what's going on with me. and that I'm fearful because I don't know what's going on. And for him, it wasn't so much the emotion he expressed. It was the things that he said. He was like, babe, so what are they going to do? I can't believe this is happening to you. What happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? And I'm like, boy, shut up. Like, I need you. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm sitting here telling you I'm scared about what's going on with me. And you mean to tell me I have to console you? Are you kidding me right now? Like, am I being punked? And so I said, you know what? Maybe it was a bad day. I'm gonna give him one more chance. Y'all know me. Always give people the benefit of the doubt. So I had a doctor's appointment, went to the doctor's appointment. And afterward, we linked up and I told him about the doctor's appointment. And he crumbled like a stale cracker again. And he was just a shell. And he was just like, oh, babe, I don't know if I could take this. What if something happened to you? I don't know what would happen. And I'm just like, boy, get yourself together. What is wrong with you? Like, I'm coming to you. And I'm upset about what's going on with me, with my body, with my health, with my life. I'm coming to you because I clearly can't handle the emotion around this and what's going on with me. But if you freaking out and saying doom and gloom, that's going to make me worse. I needed him to show up for me in that way, and he did not. He dropped the ball several times. But let's get some comments. Okay. Facebook, y'all been talking. I'm so sorry. Okay, Amber said, I took an entire break for a long time. Now no one can tell me anything. The next one better show up and show out so I can love all over him. Amber, period. Okay? Sometimes you have to take that time just to get to know like who you are. Okay, Jay Crawford has said, sounds like he's dangerous to even have around if you're going through something serious. He'll make it worse. Thank you, because he absolutely did. He made it worse. He made me like, I was a nervous wreck. And I realized that I could not talk to him. Like, I couldn't talk. I couldn't. And so what, Boogie, so what I ended up having to do was I had to talk with him and I said, listen, and I think that probably was the beginning of the end, honestly, for me. But it was, I told him, I said, listen, I came to you with very scared about my health, about what's going on with me. And I tried to, talk to you about it. And you met me with more anxiety than what I had. And I don't need that. That really made things worse. And I understand, because I had to acknowledge that he went through something, because I never want to diminish or downplay somebody's experience because it happened. He lost people. So I understand his trepidation and his fear and me telling him what was going on with me. I understood that. And I'm like, but in the same breath, I needed you to show up for me and you didn't. So now this is what is happening. Now I'm not going to come to you with anything health-wise that's going on with me. And he was like, he was like deer caught in headlights, like, oh shoot. I'm like, yeah, because I have to be strong all the time. With you, I can't. Sometimes I have to be vulnerable, and I can't do that with you. I can't trust my heart and my emotions with you. I can't trust all of me with you. So like, I'm just not, I can't. Yeah. Spice, you are trying to come on here and it says that your device is not connected, like you're not populating. So you might want to go out and come back, Kalana. Okay. No, I'm not calling him a stale cracker because he was Caucasian. I'm calling him a stale cracker because he crumbled like a stale cracker. His emotions, he just crumbled. That's what it was. Instagram, if you guys want to come on, please just send me a request to join my live and I got you. Facebook, Boogie has put the the link for the broadcast here in the comments. All you have to do is just copy and paste the link. You pop up in the virtual green room and I bring you on the screen and we good. Okay? Okay. All right, let's get some more comments. Let's see. Boogie said he was sassy. So he was sensitive. I'll tell you that. He was a sensitive man. Some of his mannerisms were he was sensitive. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Okay, let's see. Sugar Chef said, I will book you to host events. Sugar Chef, book me. Boy, listen, all you have to do is DM me. You know, I got you. Okay, book me. So yes, branding is coming together. I'm excited to show y'all the photo shoot photos. I think I'm gonna wait till I do the other shoot and put it all together because I do want that urban setting. Like I said, but if you know of a dope, whether it's a mural, graffiti wall, whatever in like Dallas, DM me, inbox me because I want to take some pictures there. Oh, she said you make me want to move back like yesterday. Sis, come on back. Come on back. Come on back. So Wink and Drink says you should use your app to meet new people. Okay. I don't know what that link is, Wink and Drinks. We're almost fully launched. Link and Drink. Okay, I don't know what that means. Honey, and that's when Mary had a little lamb, period. Oh my goodness. Let me tell y'all. Okay. So IG, I love y'all so much. These comments got me weak. These comments got me weak. Okay. So yeah, we have to be mindful, one, of who we are, right? We have to be mindful of who we are, and we have to be mindful of how we show up. Because again, you cannot require something from somebody that you yourself do not possess. That's been said so many times, and it hasn't been me that said it. It's been said so many times, even by whack relationship coaches like Derek Jackson, you know, because it's the truth. I cannot require a future partner, husband, whatever. I can't require him to be a family man if I myself don't like kids. Like, where to do that at? I can't require my future husband to have, you know, make six figures or to have whatever 700 and above credit score, and my credit is barely scraping 300. Like, they give you 200 just for, never mind. I can't require my future husband to be this sensitive, vulnerable person if every time I go with somebody or every time I'm in a relationship with someone, I myself shut down and I'm emotionally closed off because I don't want to let people in. So you can't require something from somebody. And it's the same thing for men, because I'm going to tell you what, fellas, y'all always want, we talked about this last week, what submission, right? You want this submissive woman, but you yourself, you want a wife, but you yourself don't possess the qualities of a husband. You yourself don't possess the qualities for submission, for anybody to submit to you. So we have to be mindful, not just of how we show up, but we have to be mindful of these checklists and what we require of people. Like I said, I never, ever, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you have ever gone out with me, but anyway, I never require something from somebody that I don't already possess or bring to the table. And that's on Tampax, period. Okay. I don't require something from somebody that I don't bring. So I was in a situation, and I explained to you guys before, I was dating somebody and I was the one that was doing all the reaching out. I was the one that was giving all the attention, the hey, text, you know, hey, I'm thinking about you today. Hey, babe, how you doing? How you living? You know, thinking about, you know, all those things. Did you eat? I was doing all of that. but I was receiving none of that in return. And so I had to end that relationship because I wasn't receiving what I was giving. It'd be a different story if we were just kind of basically chilling or whatever, but I was putting forth effort to show this person that I cared about them and I thought they cared about me enough for us to pursue a relationship together. But if I'm the only one that's calling people, honey, it's a dub for you. There's nothing else to say. And when I pointed it out to him, he was like, "What do you mean?" It was like, "Clutch my pearls." I'm like, "Boy, you and I both know that I do the majority of the communication between us. I initiate the conversation. I initiate the text, the good mornings, the this, the that. But then here's how he would keep me. It was like the proverbial carrot in front of the horse. Whenever I bring it to his attention, he would come up with like these speeches about how much he cares for me, how special I am. And I chalked that up to, okay, well, maybe he's just not as emotionally expressive as he initially let on. But then after like the second time, I'm like, boy, you full of it. And I'm not having it. You're saying these things to keep me on the line with you. So that way I can be, your 7-Eleven. I can be your convenience store. And that just does not work. It does not work for me. All right, y'all, we have somebody in the green room. I want y'all to put your hands together. And I want you to give a warm Dating in Dallas welcome to my sis, Kalana. But we all know her as Spice. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. No, ma'am. Hey, welcome, welcome. Thank you. One woman said it best. She said, because once I tell you, you can't say I never told you. Now you're responsible for the information I give you. Spice, you want to come out and come back? Okay. So yeah, once you are responsible, once I tell you, and the other thing too, women, we are notorious for this. Here's what we will do. We kind of expect, I can't even say women because men do this too. We expect the other person to be a mind reader. Like we want you to know already what we're thinking, what we want, what we're feeling. And our expectation is, well, you've been with me for this long, so you should know. You should know what I like to eat. You should know whatever. Now, certain things you should know, like my birthday, you should know. Our anniversary, you should know. But like, how I'm going to react in the situation or emotion, like, I'm not expecting you to know everything like that all the time because we are human finite creatures and we are ever learning, ever changing. We're evolving, we're growing. And so how I felt about something last year, completely different perspective this year because I'm a different woman. I've grown, I've changed, I've gotten cuter, if that could be possible. Okay. Okay. Um, I'm just playing, but I'm not. But I've grown and I've changed. So I can't expect you to read my mind and know what I want and what I'm feeling and what's going on with me. All right, let's see if Spice is ready this time. Let's get her. Say something. Nope. Wait a minute. Let me see. Say it again. Nope. I can't hear you. And my volume's all the way up too. Y'all, this is why I need my own nationally syndicated talk show. Okay. So we don't have to worry about internet. We're going to be all in the audience together. I ain't got to worry about this foolishness. Spice, I'm sorry. No, ma'am. I can read your lips. I can't hear you. Try one more time, boo. Come back. Come back. All right. Okay. So Wonder Woman said, you should have an idea though, after a certain age. I'm beyond trying. Says, let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys, for those of you who are not on IG, my Facebook family and my TV 26. She said you should have an idea though. After a certain age, I'm beyond trying to teach, and that is true to an extent, because to me, there are just certain things that as a grown man, I'm expecting you to have under your belt as a grown man. There are just some disciplines that you just need, that you should just have, right? Um, to me, I wouldn't think that you need to explain to somebody like, hey, if we're dating, it would be nice if I talk to you more than once a week. Or, don't, if I text you in the morning, don't text me back 9 hours later, like, hey, what's up? Because then you get snipped, you get cut. Like, you would think you would need to tell somebody that, but it happens. It happens. It happens all the time. And Boogie messaged me, and I don't know. I don't. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get some more comments. Okay, so LA Squeak, what up, boo? He said a lot of men don't even know what it means for a woman to submit, nor do they understand it works both ways. LA Squeak, if you don't mind, I would love to hear your perspective on that. So if you could copy paste the link and come on, I would love to hear your perspective on what submission is, because we spoke about this last week. But don't y'all want to hear a man's perspective about what he thinks submission is? I know y'all do. So Squeak, come on here. Let's talk. Oh my gosh, these comments got me weak. Okay. So Joy said, what if a person doesn't allow or give someone the opportunity to show up? Then here's what will happen, Joy. She said, what happens? What if a person doesn't allow someone the opportunity to show up? Here's what happens. You get what you get. If you don't give that person the opportunity to rise to the occasion or to drop the ball, you will never know where you stand in that person's life. So if you don't give them an opportunity to show up, you, one, forfeit basically the relationship, but two, you lose out on what could potentially be something awesome because you didn't give them the opportunity to show up in your life. Like, you didn't. And I'm going to tell you, here's another example, y'all. I don't know why I'm telling y'all all my business today. Okay. So there was a situation where I'm dating somebody, and y'all know I'm very vocal about what goes on with me and my health and stuff like that. So I have severe arthritis in my knees. And sometimes I have to walk with assistance with a cane, which I absolutely hate because I'm too fine to be walking around with a cane. Okay, period. But I was scared to tell him, because at that point we hadn't seen each other face to face, and I was scared to tell him because I'm like, he's gonna be like, I don't want to deal with no chick that, she can't walk, she got all this stuff going on, blah blah blah. So I made up in my mind that I was not going to tell him. I wasn't going to tell him because if I did, this is how he would react, and I was scared to. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to tell him. It just has to be the right time. So I explained my case to Boogie. She is my producer, but she's also my best friend. And she was like, Fanny, you can't do that. Like, you took his choice away when you decided that you weren't going to be vulnerable and tell him what was going on with you. Give him the option to say, hey, this is something that I can deal with, that I could rock with you with, or this is something that I just can't deal with. But you can't make up his mind for him or put thoughts in his head that are not even there. Like, you've made up this whole narrative in your mind. You need to tell him. So I had to humble myself, right? And I was scared because I really liked this guy, really liked him. And so I had to explain to him what happened and what's going on with me. And so his first question was, so when did you decide to take my choice away? Now, mind you, I ain't saying nothing to him about choices, right? I ain't telling him the conversation I had with Boogie, nothing. So he was like, so when did you decide to just take my choice away from me as to whether I wanted to be with you or not? And I'm like, and then he was like, so how long have you been dealing with this? And why didn't you tell me any of this sooner? And I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know. I was like, So he was angry. He was angry with me. He said, I'm pissed at you. I am. He said, I thank you for telling me when you did. And he said, this is not a problem for me. He said, I really like you and I want to see where this goes. And I'm not fazed by, your needs or whatever. He said, I want to help you to get better and whatever it is that I can do. He said, but you got to talk to me. You have to tell me. You can't keep stuff like this from me. Now, had I not said anything, had I not given him the opportunity to show up for me, I would have missed out on potentially an awesome person. I'm just saying. So when you don't give people the opportunity to show up for you, you will never know what the relationship could be. You will always be in this space of what if? How is this person going to be? Because and honestly, every relationship goes through tests and difficulty tests a relationship. And if you avoid the difficulties, you avoid to see how that relationship is tested, if it's tried and true. Like you won't see how this person reacts in a situation, how they deal with adversity, how they deal with difficulty, how they deal with health scares, how they deal with, baby mama drama, how they deal with baby dad. Like, if you try to avoid these things all the time, you'll never know what could be. All right, so let's get some more comments. Hey. So Boogie said, she said that was for me. I've been shutting down possibilities because I don't feel like dealing with people. Okay, so y'all. Okay, so for my IG family, you guys have not been privy long enough to know the saga that is Joy Lachey Foreman. Okay, so I've been on her. Facebook family, y'all already know. Periscope family, YouTube family, y'all already know. I've been on Boogie about letting her guard down, and not the entire guard. I'm not saying open the floodgates of her heart and say, come on in. I'm saying just a little crack in the window, just a little crack. Just get to know somebody, go out on a date, allow somebody to date you, see where it goes. It might lead to a relationship. You might be making out, being on, boot up with somebody, right? Just a little crack in the window. But because she don't want to deal with people, she won't give people the opportunity to even show her who they are, because she shuts them down. She shuts them all the way down. Facebook, y'all can attest to this because we've talked about this with her before. She shuts them down. So, but her perspective is not unique to just her. Because I know that if she's thinking that, a lot of us are thinking that. Men, women, we're thinking these things. It's just easier to be by myself than it is to deal with somebody and possibly get hurt, possibly get played. I go over this with my clients. And yeah, she tired, boss. She tired. Like, she tired. And I go through this with my clients as well. And I say, you know what? We have these defense mechanisms, right? And the reason why we have them is because at some point in time, they worked, right? The avoidance, the keeping people at a distance, at some point in time, it worked because it kept pain from coming to you. It kept disappointment from coming to you. It kept, somebody cheating on you, somebody betraying you. It kept all those things away from you. But here's what happens. Those defense mechanisms at a point in time will grow old and they will no longer serve you. So it worked to keep people at a distance for a time, but now that is no longer serving you. So you're keeping away pain, disappointment, betrayal, right? Mistrust. but you're also keeping away love, genuine connections, happiness, joy, fulfillment, getting to know somebody. You are foregoing those things when you keep and you hold on to these defenses, which are mindsets, which are actions that we display, that we show people. Because you may not say to a person, I don't want to deal with you, but your actions will show it. Or your actions may not show, hey, I don't want to deal with you, but your words will say it. You know what I mean? So we have to look at this and it all goes right back around to getting to know who you are. And not just getting to know who you are, but healing. Because a lot of times we hold on to mindsets that hurt us more than they help us. We hold on to defense mechanisms that hurt us in the long run because they no longer serve us. And they're keeping us from things that will bring us joy and love and life and happiness. God wants nothing but to prosper you and you be in good health, even as your soul prospers. You will stop your soul from prospering when you hold on to mindsets, when you hold on to actions, when you hold on to defense mechanisms that are detrimental, when you isolate yourself from people, when you don't go out, when you cut yourself off, right? If you're cutting yourself off from people, from the world, if you don't go outside your door, chances are you're cutting yourself off from those that you love. It's a direct indicator because no matter where you go, there you are. So you can fake the funk like you're this open, nice, whatever person. But if you're keeping people at a distance, if you are distancing yourself from the outside world, right? You're also doing that in your relationships with the people in your life. And that happens from, Wonder Woman said it perfectly, trauma, PTSD, right? Something happened that caused it. And that's why it's important to get to know yourself, to heal, so that you can move on and enjoy the life that God has for you. We stop ourselves from prospering. We get in our own way when we hold on to mindsets and ideals that no longer serve us. And what happens is God sends, it's the craziest thing. God sends people, he sends situations to show you a mirror image of who you are. It'll play out in a situation. It'll play out in a test that happens in a relationship. It'll play out because he's trying to get whatever it is that's stifling you. He's trying to get that out of you so that you can be everything he's called you to be and you can have everything he's destined for you to have. You will stop your soul from prospering when we hold on to these mindsets, when we hold on to these ideals that are either antiquated or no longer serve us, and or they just don't work. But we hold on to them because they're comfortable. That's why people get into abusive relationship after abusive relationship, because it's comfortable. It's what they know. Doesn't mean that it's good. Abuse is never good, but it's what we know. It's what we know. Same thing with getting into relationships with toxic people. I'm gonna tell you what, some men love a toxic woman. So I've heard plenty of guys say, I like my woman a little crazy. I mean, that's not a preference. You just like toxicity. Okay. You like her to bust the windows at your car. Like, you want her to do all that. You got to get in touch with why you need that in your life. It's no longer serving you. And we get into these relationships with toxic people because it's familiar to us. It's all that we know. We don't know anything else. We don't know anything else but toxicity. We don't know anything else but the chaos. So guess what we do? We leave one relationship that was toxic and we get free of it. And then we get into another relationship and it becomes just as much, if not more toxic, because it's what we know. We have to break these habits if we're going to be free. If we're going to get to know ourselves, if we're going to heal, and if we're going to require somebody to show up in our lives. And that's that on that. Period. Okay. So, oh man, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with StreamYard. So, Spice, it says that your device is not connected. Your name is up, but it says your device is not connected. I'm gonna try to bring you on. Let's see. Hey,
Can you hear me?
yes,
Yay. Okay,
yay.
I'm
Okay,
happy.
wonderful. Woo. We
I'm
got it
happy
today.
now. I'm
Hey,
so happy.
sis.
I'm so happy. How you doing, sis?
Good. So,
I'm
what say
turning on
you?
some light. Hold on just one second. I'm trying to make sure that I got everything set up over here on my end because
Okay, let me turn you up here so
you know
I
how
can
I
hear
am when
you.
I get to talking. I use my hands and everything. So let me put everything up. Okay, so I love your topic today. Let's just get that out in the open. Your topic today is very juicy and it's very, very relatable to me. It was until my phone fell. Ain't that something?
It's all right.
But it's okay. It's okay. But anywho, my thing is that what you were saying earlier on when you had first came on, it resonated something in my spirit and it almost made me cry because it was so me in its purest form. Because I was that type of person to where I would get so engulfed in being in love and being in the moments of love to where I would forget that I'm a person in this relationship too, and I have things that I should want to, manifest it in me and to be able to do freely and everything outside of just being somebody's bae and somebody's wife.
Right, right.
Because I'm a divorcee too, and it was a point in time in my life where all I knew was being that person's wife. I didn't know
Yeah,
about being myself. I didn't know about being, like you said, I didn't know what kind of clothes that I wore
yep,
because I was wearing what they said looked good on me. So
yep,
I went and bought a whole bunch of that because that's what they said looked good on me.
yeah.
And like, then when I noticed that no matter how many outfits that they liked, it wasn't going to keep their focus and keep their attention on me because there's always something else out there, for the selfish thinker and
Hmm.
the selfish liver.
Yeah,
So I had to start finding myself in these things like, okay, what is it that I like about me first and foremost? You know
hmm.
what I'm saying? What is it that I like about me? Because until I figure out what I like about me, then whatever that somebody else is going to do for me and the like me part, it's not going to be beneficial at all
Hmm.
because until I believe it, it's not real.
Right.
So, and then it took me being in a relationship that totally, totally mentally, physically, and emotionally wore me down. And
Hmm.
Joy, and you kind of know about that situation with this other person, but Joy, she got the bulk of it because she was the one whose phone I was on 24 hours a day and would not let her hang up on me. And if she did hang up on me, I would cry like a baby.
Hmm.
So she knows. And I had to go through that relationship to get into the relationship I had with myself because at that time, all I had was God.
Yeah,
Literally, all I had was God.
yeah.
And I mean, I would fast, I would intermittent fast, I would straight out fast, I would pray, I would manifest things in my life, I would sit down, I would meditate, and I listened and I listened and I listened and I listened. And after God got done speaking to me, and it was time for me to get up and actually put forth what he had told
Hmm.
me and bring it into fruition,
Yeah.
I ended up being happy
Hmm.
being single.
Hmm.
I ended up
Yeah.
actually finding that I can make myself glow just as much as I was glowing, if
Hmm.
better than when I
Hmm.
was in a relationship because now this is authentic. It's no longer
Hmm.
fueled by anybody else other than me. I'm the source now.
Yeah, yeah,
And there is something so magical about being the source of your
yeah.
strength, the source of your joy, the source of your happiness, the source of your good energy that you give
Hmm.
out.
Yes.
I was the author of this book I was writing,
Yeah.
and it was so like it was so just like life altering to find out that not only was I letting other people who really didn't even know me
Mhm.
write pages in my novel for myself,
Yeah,
I gave them the pen to do it.
yeah,
And who am I to give a pen to someone when literally the Lord gave me a pencil because He knows I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to need
yeah.
to scribble
You
out
need
and
an
erase
eraser,
some things.
right?
But so if the Lord is giving me a pencil with a good
Yep.
eraser on it, who am I to be giving out permanent pens to these other people.
Come on now.
Who am I? Girl,
Free.
shut your mouth. And so once I sat down and stopped being the editor of all of these things, because I'm not the editor, God is the editor. That's one
Right.
thing about it. He gonna let you write whatever you want to write, but
Right.
he's the editor.
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing on that book gonna come on that book unless the Lord clears it. Okay,
That's
so let's
it.
just get that out in the open.
Yeah.
Once he did that, and he sat me back down, and I started meditating and started fasting again, lo and behold, somebody found me for the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a long distance relationship, which is something that I like. I love dating long distance because it
Mm-hmm.
gives you an opportunity to really get to know that person before they physically get to know you.
Yeah.
You can hang up that phone at any given time and never answer it again and block them and everything like that if you need
Yeah.
be for your space. So it was just a good outlet for me because I know how I am when it comes to love. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
sucker for love.
Yeah, you are
And
romantic. You are.
I am seriously
Yeah,
like
you're a hopeless romantic. And that's good
and
though.
yeah, it has its advantages, but then it has its disadvantages.
Mm-hmm.
But God is still good. Hello.
Yeah.
So like I ended up finding love again. And I took my time with this one. This time I didn't go in it with a whole thing of I need to save you because you need me to save you, or you
Mm-hmm.
need me to look at this situation
Yeah.
from I didn't go in there with that.
Yeah.
I went up in there with the whole idea of whether you work out or not, I'm working out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And within that attitude, I noticed that it was as easy as waking up. I woke up in the morning to good morning texts.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up in the morning to, hey, babe, what you're doing? Hey, like you were saying, you watch
Yeah.
what they do, how they care for themselves in the morning. We would get up in the morning, brush our teeth on the phone together while we're video chatting, like brushing our teeth, getting ourselves ready for our day. We would sit down and make breakfast, and then we'll eat breakfast together online, like we just eating breakfast together. Like these types of things, these connections, this love, this joy, this happiness. And all of this happened in the bottom part of January. By February 6th, we were in a relationship. Went on ahead and made things, official.
Mm-hmm.
And by May 6th of that same year, tickets were purchased and moves were made. And now we've been living together and been in a relationship now for over a year. And this has been the most happiest and like the moment of significance that I've ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
I've ever been in. Somebody actually took time out to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to uproot. And normally time I'm the one that uproots my life to
Mm-hmm.
be for somebody else. And this
Mm-hmm.
person wanted to be there for me, wanted to
Yeah.
come here for me. No matter what kind of mess I could
Yeah.
have been at that time, it was okay for me to be that mess because I'm about to love you through this mess. And my love is about to overpower all of your doubts and your fears about yourself. Because
Right.
what you're not about to do, and it was crazy because the conversation was, okay, I understand this is how you feel about yourself, but you're gonna stop talking about the woman I love.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm being told about myself because I kept on saying these
Yeah.
things that were bad about me,
Mm-hmm.
never really talking about what was good and manifesting the good things. I will always talk about, oh, this is this, that, and the third, but I feel like la 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 la. No, please quit talking about the woman that I love. I
Yeah.
felt covered. I felt safe. I felt secure. I felt like even in my most vulnerable moments, I was okay to be vulnerable and I was safe being vulnerable.
That's amazing.
And that's the kind of showing up
Yeah.
that meant a lot to me because we focus on the monetary things when it comes to love,
Mm-hmm.
and we're always looking for that ultimate goal, which is like the commitment, the marriages,
Yeah.
the whatever add-ons that come onto it, but we don't think about like, do these people really know us for our ugly moments
Yeah.
and our not
That's the
so
real test. Like you can love me, with the lashes and the makeup and the hair and everything, but can you love me with the bonnet? Can you love me with my
yes,
straight backs? Can you love me, with the morning breath? Like, can you love me in the ugly times? Can you love me when I have an attitude and I don't
exactly.
know
And that,
why? Can you
whoo,
love me,
girl,
when it's that time of the month and I want to eat nothing but salt and vinegar chips and
yes,
pickles and chocolate? And like, can you love me through that kind of stuff?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And see, my thing is too, is like when we first got together, when we first like just started getting to know each other, and we were focusing now on a relationship. Because at first the relationship was friends, and now that we're in this relationship, our whole dynamic and our whole, delivery to one another had changed, because the dynamics have to change. When you're a friend, there's friendship things, and then there are relationship things, and then there are
Right.
married things, and you have to go with the dynamic of the flow. And once we started getting into that, it seemed like it was just like I was more loved and more adored when I didn't have on my aesthetics, when I was
Mm-hmm.
taking this off,
Yeah.
when I took this off, and I
Yeah.
was stripped down to absolutely nothing but me and a bonnet.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Monique. Um, okay, and we need to talk about that. That's something we need to talk about too, because I really want to get on Juice. I want to get on her, because I listen, y'all. I'm covered in the blood, honey. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's a thin
Oh
coating,
Lord.
because I ain't there yet. But Monique, honey. Anyways, um, it was when I was in those vulnerable moments, because
Mm-hmm.
that was the thing for me. Because my thing was that I have to be all the way made up every morning. When you wake up, you don't need to put on no makeup. You don't need to
Oh
do none of
no.
that.
Wait. What is going on?
Okay,
It's-
what is good? Is good now?
yes, I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, it was like once I take off all the aesthetics and stuff like that, that's when our passion is at its highest.
Mm-hmm.
That's when our communication is it's more sensual, it's more intimate, it's like that's when I get my baby talk and my
Mm-hmm.
baby time, when I ain't got none of this on, because this right here, I'm always doing something, because I got to take these pictures. I got to, I got to keep touching up to make sure it's all
It's a
right. So I'm
barrier.
really, yeah, it's a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And once I take off this barrier and I'm able to just lay down and be comfortable with you, that's when I get most of my kisses.
Yeah.
That's when I get most of my hugs and
And
my
I'm gonna tell
baby up
you,
under me.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, and men, you can attest to this because I've been told this that all of this makeup and all this other stuff is more for us. Like they
Hmm. It's not for
don't
them.
care. They don't care nothing about lashes and makeup. That like it looks good when you go out,
I'm
but
gonna tell y'all, girl, yes, because literally I asked for a makeup. Listen, I asked for a foundation
mm-hmm.
compact. I said it's got browns in it. And you know what I got? Because I asked that, a whole palette of eyeshadow that was neutral colors that had a whole bunch of browns, because my baby don't know the difference between no foundation compact and no doggone eyeshadow palette. All we saw was brown,
Yeah,
and the colors connected, and that's what I
right,
got.
right,
So you're right, it is all about us. It doesn't have
yeah,
anything to do with them. And it's just like, now I'm just super happy. I'm super excited about being in this kind of love that I'm in. And a lot of people, like, it's a catch 22 for me, kind of, like, when it comes down to it, when it comes to a person showing up, because I love different from most people.
mm-hmm.
I love different. My love is different. I don't want to go all too personal on this, because this is your
Mm-hmm.
platform, but I love different, and I get saw different.
Mm-hmm.
So another way of showing up and showing out is knowing that no matter what people try to say to speak down on you or talk about you, you have a partner that is going to bow up and be your tower of strength,
Yeah,
and also be your mercy when you need it.
yep,
And that is the most important thing
that's
ever in
very
this
important.
world. It is super imperative that you find
Yeah,
you someone who can be mighty as the lions that roar, but also as soft as the cotton that caters to you.
mm-hmm.
Because life is hard for a woman, especially we
Mm-hmm.
women of color. Life can be so hard for us. The day to day, just getting up and getting out of bed and going into a world that literally is judging you just by the base of your skin or the base of your culture and things like
Yeah,
that, and where you come from. It is so, so important to have a partner that will stand up for you, but also don't mind holding you and letting you be vulnerable in that moment and how you deal. And my hope and my prayer, before I get off of here, my hope and my prayer for everyone is that not only do you find someone else to show up and show out for you, you show up and show out for yourself.
for yourself.
You deserve to go on a date with yourself.
Yep.
You deserve to buy yourself a beautiful dress and just wear it. Even if you don't go anywhere, put it on and look beautiful for yourself.
Hmm.
You deserve to have a fancy meal made for you by candlelight at home. You can do it for yourself. You can be romantic and intimate and getting to know yourself. That therefore, when you do that, you're allowing another person when they come in to see that you know how to care for yourself, because that is the most sexiest thing. Excuse me, I don't know if
Yeah.
you like the word on your, but that is the
Sexy.
most attractive, sexy thing that a woman can
Hmm.
do is know how to take care of herself, know
Hmm.
romance for herself. Because half the time these folks don't know what they doing, and they get to asking us questions. What do you like? And you got to say, because you really don't know what you like. Get to know
Yeah.
what you like. If you're
Yeah.
single, if you are single, elevate. Get to know what you like. This is your time to actually ask yourself these questions and have the answers answered according to who you are as the person, and not as a person that's with somebody. And for all the love in the world that I have for each and every one watching, whether you are on this Facebook or Instagram, listen, self-love is self-care, and self-care is self-awareness. Self-awareness is self, what they call it, commitment. And if you have those things for yourself, it's going to be like breathing to give it to
Yeah.
someone else and to receive it, and you're going to know the difference.
Thank you, Spice. I
You're
love
gonna know the
you.
difference. I love you too. And y'all don't understand how much I be trying to bite my iron, like, because you are my Christian sister, and I love you so much. But the Lord is still working on my tongue, honey.
It's all right. He working
It's
on
being
everybody. He
bridled,
working on my
y'all.
tongue too.
Listen, it's being bridled, okay? And he is
Yes.
bridling
Yes,
every
ma'am.
single day because I'm asking him, hey,
Yes, ma'am. I
okay,
got
when
you.
I can't, Lord, you gonna have to
Yeah.
create a diversion to where I don't say the rest of it. And I be feeling like that. And that's all because of the respect that I have for you, Thea. And I need you to understand, I really respect you and I respect your platform. That's the reason
Thank you,
why I
babe.
try to check myself at the door. When I'm behind the backstage, I'm in there praying and asking the Lord to help me say the right thing, because this is your platform and you consider
Oh,
me your
thank
family and
you.
you introduce me as your family. I don't want to be that family member that goes off and acts unaccordingly to your ministry. Even though
Gotcha.
I'm still being groomed in it, I
I love
respect
you.
you so much, and I love
Absolutely.
you so much. Joy, I love you too. And I wish you all the best in everything that you have. You like, girl, I just see the moon, honey, and you're going to reach it. I swear, we are gonna be
Thank
seeing
you.
Thee up there in the moon, y'all. She
I
gonna be in the
receive it.
moon,
I
y'all.
receive it.
Yes, God, honey. And yes, before I leave too, y'all, I just want y'all to know we are wearing the same color lipstick, but this is just what my melanin gives, and that's just what her melanin gives. And I am so jealous because I like the way that the color give on your melanin, and we both island goddesses, and this just don't make no sense.
Bye, crazy.
Love you.
Love you. Oh my goodness. Okay, welcome to all those who are joining me for the first time on Instagram Live. This is Dating in Dallas. I'm your host, Theanie Shannon. Welcome. Okay, so there was somebody who came on here. Is DG the vocalist? And I want to know, is homie still on here? Because I would like, for those of you who don't know, so if you're on Clubhouse, there is a Clubhouse club called the Man Cave. And the Man Cave was developed by my friend Hakeem Pierre, and it is the premier source of the male perspective on relationships. So they have different clubhouse members who present. They have different rooms and things of that nature. So one night, it was the first kickoff was Valentine's Day. They did a salute to Black women, and so Hakeem arranged for all these different performers and people to perform for us. And so he had, there was a Christian comedian, um, there was two poets, there was a voiceover spoken word poet. His name was Foz, and his voice is deeper than Barry White's and it's like butter. And then he had an artist, a vocal artist, a singer, and his name is DG the vocalist. And I would love it if he's on here. If you are on here, please, I want you to join the live because I want you to grace us with your voice, please. He was oh my God, he sang, and yo, it just touched my heart. I was like, oh my gosh, this boy is annoying. Like, he is dope for real. But if you are on Clubhouse, one, I have a couple of invites for those who would like to join Clubhouse. So just DM me inbox me if you want to invite. I got you. I believe they are opening it up to Android users now. So Android users, y'all good. Yeah. So if you would like to join Clubhouse, just let me know. And you want to catch the programming on the Man Cave. It's just so dope. It just really is. And he's an amazing singer. But I don't know if he's on here anymore. I don't know if he's on here. I don't know if he's on here. He came in for like a hot second. I saw him pop in and then he may have gone away. But I wanted him to sing. Hey, Kayla Ray. Hey, y'all. I'm gonna get Kayla Ray on here. Oh, she coming on. Ew. Let's see if she's on here. Okay, we're gonna try to get her on. What's up? Yo, welcome to Dating in Dallas. My girl, Werther's original, Miss Kay Lorraine. Hey, sis.
Hey, sis. What's going on?
Nothing much. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Look, I ain't gonna be on here long. This is your program. I just want to say to her and your audience, she is an amazing individual. Okay, my same sign, Aquarius sister. I just came on here to congratulate you. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you, boo.
Big things, doing wonderful things. You making change. If y'all can see her, she's glowing, y'all. Okay? Y'all on the radio, she is glowing. Okay, her hair is popping, skin is popping. You know what I mean? She got to go on lipstick.
You so crazy.
She's popping. She's the main person that will pump you up, tell you you are looking great, make it funny, and just have you feeling all kind of good. So you guys are on the right. You guys are on the right channel right now. So that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, I love. Okay, so tell us what's going on with you. What's your upcoming project? What's going on?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have this show called the Church Lounge. It's called Praise After Dark.
Hey.
Everything kind of got shot down, because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up and running. I reside in California. However, my show got picked up. Guess what? In Texas.
What? Where?
So I will be in Greenville along with my entire team. We are going to be out in Greenville, Texas, September 25th. This year. Yeah,
So is this a permanent move for you, or is?
No, it's not a permanent move. It's just we have a sponsor, and so they're in Texas. They're like, hey, bring the show to Texas, and I was like, okay.
That is amazing! Congratulations! Oh.
I'm so excited to bring.
I'm so excited for you. Oh, honey. All right, you have to DM me that information so I can post it, and then so I can attend. Whatever way you need me to support, I got you.
Okay, I will send you.
Okay.
I will DM you ASAP. Okay?
All right, Praise After Dark. Y'all heard it here first on Dating in Dallas. Okay. Yes. Oh, that's gonna be so dope. Oh, I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say much.
All right, don't say much. Just a little taste. That's all we need.
Yeah, that's it. Promos and everything, they'll be out. We got a few months left, so
good.
We got a lot of material to get out before then. So, I appreciate you for allowing me to say this on your platform.
No worries. I love it. I love you.
I'm humble.
I love you too. Thank you for joining us. DM me though.
Of course. I'm a DM.
Okay.
I'm a DM you.
All right. Love you.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Oh my goodness. Y'all, for those of you who don't know, if you're on Instagram, her name is, oh Lord, it's one Kayla Ray. So KELARAE, Kayla Ray. One Kayla Ray. She is amazing. It's called Chess Praise After Dark. That is her show that is going to be coming out in September. It's amazing because she's in California. Her show got picked up here in Texas. I'm in Texas, and Dating in Dallas got picked up in California. It's crazy. God is just doing things and working, and I'm so excited. I love y'all so much. Please you guys want to stay tuned and make sure that if you're on Facebook, that you are my friend on Facebook, so you get the notifications for when I go live, for any upcoming dates, any engagements, when we do hangouts with Thee. You guys want to know what's going on, so you want to either follow me on Instagram, anyway, but be my friend on Facebook, so that way you get those notifications, because we hanging out this summer, y'all. We have a lot of catching up. We have a lot of connecting to do. I love you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you who take the time out to watch this broadcast and to support me. I love you. Please join me next Tuesday and every Tuesday, 8:30 Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on Dating in Dallas. I love y'all, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hey.